And so does Stave 5. Stave 5 overall is worth noting, is basically this thing. People love to talk about the circular structure of it. It basically is a version of Stave 1. Not the whole of Stave 1. The Marley's Ghost bit is less a part of it. But if you think about the counting house bit, there's a direct connection between the two. Pretty much, it's a resolution, we might say, of Stave 1. It takes the problems, the issues of him in the counting house in Stave 1, and it resolves them. Now, first of all, it starts with him realising that he's alive and ready to carry on his change. The description of him being glowing with good intentions, again, reminds us of Fred when he enters in Stave 1, and he's described as in a ruddy glow. That sense that he's bringing warmth rather than cold. The cold that he used to carry with him is not with him anymore. The whole thing of him getting up is described as kind of chaotic, not organised, not around there. We get this description of him laughing and crying in the same breath, showing again, I suppose, the two effects that we have on it. This other description of him as being light as a feather, happy as an angel, merry as a schoolboy, giddy as a drunken man. Again, the anaphora of I am as is there. But all of this is to emphasise what the change is. Lightness, happiness, merriness, giddiness. All of these things are basically kind of a different level, out of control, a drunken man, and to an extent a schoolboy, feather shaped by the wind, angel belonging to a different world. That's what we're seeing here. It comes back and he's now beginning to be associated with laughs. We've talked about laughs all the way through here. And the idea that laughs, which were associated with Fred, particularly before, but associated with that kind of carefree thing, is now very much the situation for Scrooge himself. And that description of the father of a long, long line of brilliant laughs suggests it is not going to stop here. The church bells go, clash, clash, hammer, ding, dong, bell, bell, ding, dong, hammer, can, clash. We've seen a lot of the use of sound elsewhere, but again, this is very much a situation where the sound is used to place us in the moment. And that is backed up by the change from before. Remember the domination in the, I said how this resolves Stave 1, the domination in Stave 1 of fog and cold. Well, there is no fog at all here, no mist. So what we have now is clarity. Remember, nothing like his clarity in what to do. But the cold is still there. It's just a different type of cold. It's a stirring cold with golden sunlight above it. So again, we see the change, and we see it through the pathetic fallacy of what is happening outside. So we again get a number of exchanges, and these exchanges show the change. They all relate to things in Stave 1 in the counting house. It's not the carol singer, despite what is done in a lot of films. It's not the carol singer coming back. I think that carol singer's probably dead, to be honest with you, the way he was described. But it's another young boy who's out on the streets. The difference here is Scrooge's reaction. No chasing with a ruler now. He's a delightful boy. So that's all very different to the way it was before. Then we get this whole thing about him sending off the turkey to the Cratchits to try and improve their Christmas dinner. It's interesting, he refers to it as a joke. That sense of fun coming in that goes with it. He's delighted with himself. And one of the things that noticed that is this very interesting thing where we get the repetition of the word chuckle as he pays for the cab, gives the money to the boy, and off it goes as he sits back down again. Now think about what a chuckle is. The idea of a kind of inner laugh, a laugh to yourself. So it's not outward, it's very much an internal laugh, if you like, one that you almost can't help. It suggests he has changed inside himself properly. And that outward appearance, that contrasts with the outward appearance that comes a little bit lower on this page, where his outward appearance is again in direct contrast to the very opening when, if you remember, he was described as bringing his own weather around with him and people on the street avoiding him in every single situation. Well, instead here, as he walks along, he regards everyone with a delighted smile, quite the opposite, and people stop and speak to him. We then move on to the portly gentleman. The same portly gentleman come back, and of course he now gives them money to show how he's changed. What's important, I think, more than anything else, is to notice that he still feels guilt. It sent a pang across his heart to think how this old gentleman would look upon him. He is experiencing guilt. He's not just some careless, happy man now. He's experiencing guilt at the same time. It carries on. Off he goes to church. That Christian underpinning again. As he's changed, that's going to happen. And we come back to that bit again of people ignoring him, because in this case, he pats the children on the head. He questions beggars, watches people hurrying to and fro. Quite connected with the children who ignored him and the beggars who ignored him, as well as the men and women who did at the beginning. So we see the complete change.